Pre-match high five. Big fan. Let's see, I have lovable Star City Games columnist Gerry Thompson on the left, and Kenny Castor on the right. Both members of Star City Games Blue for Pro Tour Adversary Restored. I'd be interested to see if that's something that they plan on continuing for future Pro Tours, like what kind of team makeup that is. Is obviously they're still working together. You know, they work together for this tournament, and it seems to have paid off well. And looks like we're just about underway. Looks like Glacial Fortress, let's see, 4 lands, a Gataxian Probe from Kenny, 2 unknown cards, 2 cards I cannot see, because our wonderful names are covering.
For those of you who are just coming to us right now, I'm Adrian Sullivan, joined in the booth by Adam Prozac. This is the semifinal match, the first of a set of games this morning that will help determine our champion. Yesterday we had 419 people. We dropped that down to 4, and today we're starting with that 4. And then in a few rounds from now, after this tournament is done, we'll begin with Legacy.
Ooh.
Gerry opens, turn 1 Delver.
Kenny responds with a Gataxian Probe of his own. Oh man, and Gerry just throws his hand over, literally. It's a pretty solid hand. There's a Vapor Snag, a Ponder, a Mana Leak, a Gataxian Probe, and finally the second land in Glacial Fortress. So I mean, this is pretty close to an ideal mix of lands and spells for a Delver deck.
Kenny, Seachrome Coast, go.
And being the professional that he is, flips his Delver on turn 2, revealing Mana Leak.
I mean, why bother setting it up?
Yeah. So swings in for 3 from Gerry, dropping Kenny to 15. And Kenny will Thought Scour at end of turn, filling his graveyard for shenanigans, getting a Vapor Snag for his troubles. However, he seems to be fairly flooded early on. He started with 4 lands and has drawn a couple more. Does have a Mana Leak and a Vapor Snag, it looks like. Right, so he's going to probe.
Let's find out.
So Jay's going to know that Kenny's hand is fairly weak. Yeah, wow. Oh, it's even worse than I thought.
What he's got is a sword.
Sword and a vapor. So this is the one of 2 changes, 2 differences in these two lists. Kenny's sword is a Sword of War and Peace. He even has the Sword of Feast and Famine scratched out on his deck list, where Gerry opted for the 2 Sword of Feast and Famine. So yeah, there looks to be in right. Yeah, he definitely Mana Leak that. And Kenny's gonna have to draw something good here. Does not appear that. I think he drew a Moorland Haunt,
That's
which
correct.
is.
It was a Moorland Haunt.
Yeah, that leaves Kenny with all lands in hand. Alright, so Snapcaster Mage, flashing back, Gataxian Probe, all lands.
Still have all these.
And then Gerry finishes his turn up with a Ponder. Sees 3 spells, which is 3 more than Kenny has in his entire hand. Huh. Oh, wow. A Restoration Angel.
Land and drop it. I don't think you fool around.
Kenny also knows that Gerry has a second Mana Leak, so I would be shocked if
Yeah.
Kenny tries to wait on this.
Or you are shocked.
18. Oh, just kidding.
Malik.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Like,
And Gerry doesn't even have to. Like, he's just like,
yeah,
bounce.
that's also a thing. Because he knows that if Kenny tries to recast it, the mana leak just ends the game. Kenny falls to 4. Yeah, 3 from the Vapor Snag. But, yeah, quick first game. Gerry with a vastly superior hand.
Okay, that was a pretty quick game 1. Gerry just kind of rolling him over there. So one of the things that we wanted to ask you is we have 3 decks right now in this top 4 who are being piloted by essentially the same 72 out of 75. In our dissenting deck, the dissenting deck is being piloted by what person? Now, this trivia question can win you 6 free months.
6 months, that's
6
like
months of Star City Games Premium.
a long time.
That's a half a year. So, which person in the top 4 is not a part of the Gerry Thompson crew here with their version of Delver?
If you need a hint on that, just look at the deck list.
Yep.
And see which one looks the most different.
Yep. So the trivia question to win 6 free months, the hashtag you're going to want to send this to is hashtag SCG Premium. Our 4 Delver decks here in the top 8. Which one of them, which player is not a part of the 72 of 75 list that the other 3 are playing? If you get that correctly,
6 months of premium.
SCG Premium.
Apparently the person who won last night has played me many times and never beat me. And he was saying like I was his good luck charm for once.
So good luck out there. One of the lucky winners that tweets the right answer get 6 free months of free premium.
So one thing that's interesting is about these Delver sideboards. Very very different and very new. Like you don't see ghost quarters in Delver sideboards too often.
It's a very weird thing. I mean, you were talking about their plan of copying a Titan and getting ghost quarters.
Right, it makes sense, but like, a lot of times these Delver decks take a different role after sideboard. Do you see either player going to the Consecrated Sphinx plan?
Yep.
They're very familiar with their deck. They're very familiar with the pros and cons that come with going big. Do you think either player will decide to bring in like the Consecrated Sphinxes, the Amass the Components, and so on and so forth?
I think Amass the Components will definitely come in.
Okay.
And I think that just because having talked to them, they view any matchup where things can grind long as a game for Amass the Components. Now,
that's quite a few of them.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing about the Sphinx, and if Sphinx hits play, it's so great. But Sphinx also makes Vapor Snags and Mana Leaks better.
Yeah, and those are otherwise pretty weak cards in the mirror. Like, still both good against Restoration Angel. So, however, nearly every card in this deck is good in the mirror.
Yeah.
And you absolutely want to bring in your Phantasmal Images and Metamorphs if you have them. When we said 72 of 75, 2 of the differences is the sword choice.
Yep.
The other difference is that Kenny has a singleton copy of Angelic Destiny.
Yep.
Where Gerry Thompson has a 3rd Phantasmal Image.
That's it.
That's it. Other than that, we got 75. The other 72 are the same.
I know, talking with Kenny, he actually feels like the Angelic Destiny was not good in his deck. That it did not do anything for him. So
that's interesting. It is interesting. It's like the one card in the sideboard that allows you to get aggressive. Everything else is very, very reactive.
Yep. Slow it down. Turn 1 Ponder from Kenny. Looks like both players are 3 Moon Ponder kind of people.
Let's see. I see at least another land, one more land. Hopefully, it's not 10 more lands like last game. Gerry already taking his turn before Kenny draws his card off.
I mean, this is not the same thing as Drew Levin taking his opponent's counter off of their champion of the parish to put it on his own ratchet bomb.
Like, yeah, a little bit different. That's funny.
Second land.
This is one of the... Oh, Ratchet Bomb from Gerry.
Go in control. This is something that Charles Gendy did in the mirrors when he won his event with Runechanter's Pike. I want to say in Indianapolis. Atlanta. Yeah, that's it, Atlanta. He said he didn't go the beatdown route and just switched over to the control route.
If people don't expect it to come, it's pretty powerful. That being said, you're like a worse version of both decks, so you have to. You're almost required to have that element of surprise. Like, now that people know that it's coming, it may not be as powerful.
You see a single Delver come out, begging the Ratchet Bomb to kill it.
So we find another. Nope, Geist is in.
Oh.
So Gerry blows the Ratchet Bomb on 1. Kenny saves his own creature with a Vapor Snag. And then Gerry follows it up with a Delver of his own. Pretty strong turn from...
Sword and Delver.
Wow, no answer. It's...
Oh, that was pretty devastating.
Yeah. Method 1 to lose the mirror. Lose your Geist advantage. Best card in the mirror, and the primary way to stop your opponent's Geist is to play one of your own or copy it.
Grand total of 9 comes across on that attack.
Kenny's
And then here's the removal spell, while Kenny does not have the mana for Mana Leak. Again, snagging to save his character. And a Delver from Gerry. And a copy. Oh,
copy
goodness.
of the Insectile Aberration. So this could be over before it began. Oh, geez.
Oh, look at that.
So alright, so Kenny's back in it. Gerry will not flip his Delver. This because Kenny's going to blow the Ratchet Bomb on 0, killing both of the flipped cards, the Phantasmal Image and the Insectile Aberration on the bottom. And that will leave...
Snap Castor. Dismember.
Oh, jeez. So Gerry just never lets go. One thing that Kenny... it works in Kenny's favor here. When he blows the Ratchet Bomb, he also gets the Angel token to take 1 less damage, or 4 less damage this turn. So he's only taking 3 this turn. However, he's still facing well more than lethal.
Okay. The Angel now 5/6 pro white.
Okay, so let me see. Kenny is forced to block the Angel token, which is blocking the Angel token in any capacity is not where you want to be. You always want to be blocking the Geist, but he's going to fall to 1 regardless. Looks like Gerry has looked, but not drawn first turn. To me, that implies a Thought Scour of some variety. Either naturally or through Snapcaster Mage.
And in they come. Has to block the Angel. Go to 1. 1 life is pretty precarious. No cards in Kenny's hand, I don't think.
Nope.
Okay, there's a card. So 1 life there that it represents. And that's the match.
Jeez, that was over for, I think I blinked. What'd I miss?